linked hash map. Okay, so what happens is map is map interface is there, and hash map is a part of it. It implements map interface, and linked hash map is a class which extends to this particular class, and hash map implements this. Okay, the only difference between hash map and linked hash map is that this does not make the maintains the sequence, the what do you say, insertion order, while linked hash map maintains the insertion order. So okay, so now what we do is so linked hash map is similar to it. So here are some of the attributes that linked hash map has, and they are that linked hash map uh, is maintains insertion order. For example, if you add 3 values and try to print it out, it would print it in that manner, 1 2 3, while map will not do it. Map will print either 3 to 1, 3 to 1 3, like that, not synchronized. It's not thread safe. Okay, and so one null key and multiple, you can have multiple null values but only one null key. Okay, and it will print in order, that we know already. Okay, so let's go into it. So we already saw that for example, like here we can see, so what it does is, like in linked hash map, if you're entering values like Tom 100, Naveen 200, Steve 300, Lisa, so it will print in like insertion manner. This would be entered first, then this would be entered, then this would be entered, and this would be entered. And when printed, this will be printed first, this will be printed then, and after that this and this. Okay, accordingly. So that is another aspect of it. So it the structure of so as we know, hash map has 16 like map has 16 segments. Similarly, this one also has 16 segments. Okay, and so this is before, like there are 4 uh, elements to it. Okay, so this is key, this is value, this is after, and this points to null. Okay, and this is before, this also points to null. Okay, so this is the structure of node of linked hash map. Got it? So let's go to the next one. So here we have, how do we do it? Since map is implementing this interface, we are doing top casting. Map string integer map, this is a reference variable, is equal to new linked hash map. This is a class, this is an interface. Map dot put, this is how we enter the values, Tom and 100 value. Then map dot put Naveen dot 200, map dot put. Okay, so if someone asks what structure of node in linked hash map, it would be doubly linked list. Okay, so there are 16 segments, as we know. So here we have shown some of the 16 segments, and so this put method, when you put in a key, a hash code gets we get the hash code, and using the hash code we get to know the index. So for example, index is 4. If hash code is this and we enter hash code and index comes out to be 4, in the 4 we add this value called now Tom. Like we have expanded this particular thing since there is not space here. So this particular thing, this points to null. This is the key, as we know here, Tom, and this is the value 100, and this after points to null. Similarly, again this Naveen value will come. Naveen hash code will be created, then index would be calculated. For example, 6 is the index, and we calculate it, and then once calculated, the first will point to the, so this will point, so now what happens is the first one, A will point to this B. Okay, the starting of this particular linked list and this particular node segment. So this one will point to the end element of this. Okay, so then Naveen is there, so Naveen and 200 will get stored. Similarly, third is Steve and Lisa. Steve and Lisa hash code will be generated, index will be calculated, 8th index got calculated, Steve and 300 got stored. This will point to the previous uh, after node, and this will point to the after node will point to the starting of this. Okay, similarly for Lisa we'll do that, and the end will point to this. Now what happens is the end after will be pointing to this. Now what if you add a node, like we know that only one key should be there. So if we add put, like map dot put null Peter, so null for null, okay, uh, the hash code for this would be 0. Okay, hash code would be 0, and once hash code is 0, the key, like key is null. So if hash code is 0, then index will also be always be 0. So null key will always be stored in the 0th index. So now the end of this would point to this one. Okay, the first of this. Okay, and this one will point to this one. Got it? So accordingly we can do. And then one more thing we can do is, then what happens is, like null Peter got stored here. Okay, so now we know that once you print of hash map, okay, linked hash map, so it will print in the same order as you have inserted it. Okay, so linked hash map stores in the form of doubly linked list, and hash map stores particular segment in the stores in the particular segment, and in case there is a collision in hash map, in that, so this is hash map, not linked hash map. In hash map, if there is a collision, it creates a singly linked list, and once that threshold is value is reached, uh, it converts it into a binary tree. So that's it. That's all in the hash map and linked hash map.